Okay, we're just gonna take a quick look at Marlowe's Faustus. And of course, what we have here are four excerpts. Now, the first thing I want you to consider if you're watching this before reading is you should really just start with the end of each section. It will give you the theme of that section and some comprehension questions that should also help you to understand what it is you're reading. So I'm going to point out just a few other things, just really kind of definitions or how Marlowe did this. Now, Marlowe, of course, is a contemporary of Shakespeare. He died just as Shakespeare was taking off. He was murdered. The story of Faustus takes place much earlier. So, here at the very beginning, Faustus is trying to decide what he should be. He says a divine here, that means like a theologian, okay, or even like a preacher. I have this bit marked because he's going to give us some Latin and then the very next line translates it, okay? If he gives us Latin and doesn't translate it like this one, then the footnote will tell you what the Latin says. So we're going to deal with logic, and what we see is Faustus is great with that already. We're going to deal with medicine, and Faustus is really good at medicine, but people still die. And that's where he's concerned, right? People still die. He will die. And so he wants to try to avoid death. So you're going to learn about that. The second section, boots, means use. So what use is it? I want you to think about what Faustus's appetite is. Who is his, or what does it mean, his appetite? He says, the God thou servest is thine own appetite. And we have these, kind of classic good angel on your left shoulder, bad angel on your right kind of thing. And he calls in the demon Mephistopheles. Now you've got this fantastic conversation right here. And of course, that conversation will help you to answer one of the questions at the end. This is one of my favorite sections. And this is also going to help you answer one of the questions at the end. What do we mean by hell? And that number is going to matter. Here are questions. Section 3. I've identified this. Was this the face that launched 1,000 ships? Because this is a very, very famous line. It's kind of explained down here in this first bullet point that this is the end, see Act 5, the end of the play, and Faustus is running out of time, and what he wants to do is see Helen of Troy. Now, I highlighted this because Thomas Foster, who wrote How to Read Literature Like a Professor, he'll point out that a lot of characters are vampires without being what we think of as vampires. And that's kind of what is happening right here. Right? And this is like Faustus is approaching midnight when he's going to lose his soul to the devil. Per amor. You might recognize the word amore. So this means for love. So it's really just a word meaning lover. And then our final excerpt is Faustus's final moments before midnight and the coming of the devil. And I wanted to tell you that the word ire is going to mean wrathful. And it kind of gets translated for us right down here. And so you might consider the way that he perceives of God based on these lines. I marked this one because there's an old tradition of something called the hell mouth, the mouth of hell. And I thought of that with gaping. So there you go. There are your questions. And then you might look up this bit in Genesis and this little bit in Romans and just think about how it all fits. And then let's find out what other questions you have. I hope you enjoy that piece.